What's the most haunted place on Earth? Is it an ancient castle or a forest clearing? What about your own home? How many terrifying stories have happened there that you've heard from other people? Well, the most haunted places aren't always where you'd think. Sometimes they're in unexpected places like Yemen. There's this one story about a man who accidentally opened the door to hell. Let's get into it. 1001 Visions. Yemen, a land of ancient civilizations, epic poetry, and deep traditions, but also of hidden magic. Today, we tell the true story of Abdul, a healer who stumbled upon a secret book of forbidden power, only to discover it came at a price. Before we get to the story, let's explore the world of magic in Yemen. Belief in jinn, protective amulets, and subjugation rituals has been widespread across the Islamic world. One notorious text is Shams al-Marif, the Sun of Knowledge, written in the 13th century by Ahmad al-Buni. This book features magic squares, divine names, and methods believed to contact genies or supernatural elemental beings thought to inhabit natural and man-made. The book covers various aspects of magic, including astrology, alchemy, and the preparation of talismans. Manuscripts like these often include diagrams like this one, known as a talismanic writing square or magic square. These squares contain specific arrangements of numbers, letters, or symbols believed to hold mystical or magical properties. They were used for various purposes, such as protection against evil spirits, healing, or attracting good fortune. To use them, one would typically write them on a piece of paper or engrave them on an object, and then carry or display them in places where they could be seen or worn on the person. People in countries like Yemen believe that these symbols have a lot of power. Scene: a dusty chest. Now, let's meet our hero, Abdul-Halim, a man from a small village near the city of Taiz in Yemen. In the 1970s, he was a well-respected healer. People came to him when they had problems. Now, Abdul-Halim believed in traditional healing, but he also dabbled in things like astrology. That's when one day he found a strange manuscript. Villagers call it Kitab al-Azmat, but many experts think it's part of the bigger Shams al-Marif manuscript. It was probably written in the 13th century. He found this chest while exploring an old abandoned house. Inside was a dusty chest. When he opened it, out popped this old scroll. Abdul-Halim didn't know how old the book was, but he knew it had some sort of power. The book was filled with mysterious symbols, zodiac charts, and instructions for different spells. One thing caught his eye, a ritual that could bring forth the spirit if done just right. He decided to try it. Scene: setting the stage. That night, Abdul-Halim got ready. He cleaned the floor in his house, making a big circle. He put salt all around it, lit up candles, and arranged the book in the center. It was just like the book said. Then he started reading holy phrases from the Quran. He also repeated special names of God over and over again. According to the book, these names had the power to open portals to another world. As he continued reading, the air in the room started changing. The candles went from yellow to blue. It was as if something huge was inside the circle. The room was getting colder and colder. Suddenly, the door slammed shut. Abdul-Halim stopped what he was doing. Outside, strong winds started whipping around the house. Some parts of the walls even started shaking, and that's when he heard a voice. It sounded like someone whispering in his ear, "You have opened the door without permission." At that moment, he felt something dark and heavy enter the circle. Scene: unexpected consequences. The next morning, Abdul-Halim woke up feeling disturbed. He couldn't shake off the feeling that something bad was going to happen. His wife told him to forget about what happened the night before, but he couldn't help but worry. As the days went on, strange things kept happening. 2 of his goats suddenly died. Then his son got very sick. No matter how much medicine Abdul-Halim gave him, the boy didn't get better. On top of that, he heard strange whispers coming from his walls and doors. At night his house shook, and sometimes he even saw shadows moving around outside. Each day, things got worse. Finally, he decided to talk to the local imam, or religious leader. The imam listened to everything Abdul-Halim told him and looked at the strange book. After a while, he spoke. "What you have done is very serious. You have opened a door that you weren't supposed to open. Now, evil forces have entered your life. The only way to stop this is to get rid of that book." At that moment, the imam took the book, went outside, and burned it. Flames rose up, licking at the sky, and the voices outside the house grew louder. They screamed and shouted, hitting the walls like a storm. Once the book was completely gone, the noise slowly faded away. His son started to get better, and since then, nothing strange has ever happened in his house again. The power of respect. Years later, Abdul-Halim became an imam himself, teaching at the local mosque. One day he talked to some young boys after the prayer. Don't ever get interested in witchcraft, because once you start messing with forces beyond your control, you can't go back. Don't do what I did. That's my warning to you. True strength comes from respecting God, not from trying to command the powers of darkness. After he finished speaking, the people asked him what happened to that cursed book. He simply pointed to a corner where a stone box was buried underground. The people looked at each other. Nobody dared to dig up what was hidden there. The lessons we can learn from this story are pretty simple. Magic may seem exciting and tempting, but it comes with consequences. We should respect the boundaries between the spiritual and material worlds and not mess with things we do not understand. Real strength comes from being humble, praying, and controlling ourselves, not from trying to control others or the supernatural. When Abdul-Halim first found the book, he was probably curious and wanted to use its power for good, but he didn't think about the possible risks. He messed with forces that were too strong for him and caused a lot of pain and suffering. This story shows how important it is to be careful when dealing with the unknown. The story of Abdul-Halim reminds us that magic and the supernatural aren't just in fairy tales, they're part of real life. Even though magic isn't real, the belief in it and its effects can be very real. Abdul-Halim's story shows how belief in magic can affect people's lives and choices. It also shows the importance of respecting other people's beliefs and experiences. This story is more than just a scary ghost story. It's a lesson about believing in yourself and having respect for other people's beliefs and experiences. Did you find this story interesting? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you want to hear more spooky stories, stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world. Who knows what mysteries you might find.